Good morning, everyone. I have a couple questions here. Have you ever been approached by your manager to spy on your neighbor? If you have, and you kind of don't like them, but you help them out, what is the motive behind something like that? Do you ever wonder or think to yourself, maybe this wouldn't be a good idea? Just kind of wondering, because, you know, you're supposed to help and support each other, you know, not side with someone who's going to get you too. Trust me, she will, or he, whoever it may be, you know. Just crazy, like how let's not think before we do, let's just do it, and then when you find out the aftermath, because you don't know what kind of legal action that person took, you're going to be responsible. You're going to be right there next to that person who had you doing all those things for them. That's not very secure. I think I would call that stalking. Could be a lot of things. I don't know what the legal terms would be, but I know one thing: you can sue that person, because people should mind their own business, like we all do. We mind our own business. Okay, those are clean today. Ever since I shaved my head, everything's been just working out real good for my body. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, oh yeah. So my grandson got this really cool, a huge boat, and he plays out here, when I'm doing my homework and stuff. And that way he has a whole day to do whatever he likes to do. And it's finally cool to tell you it's humid, but it isn't 114 degrees. But he has been out here off and on though. You know, I like the element. I like the flies touching me. I like the bees coming in, hanging out. The hummingbirds are coming to say hello. And there's just a lot of cool stuff. That's the cool thing about being out in the element. You get to enjoy all the aspects of what it can have. First thing this morning, too, it was real strange. I had crows at my window hanging out the tree. Yep, sure did. But lots of things to think about, you know. Got these beautiful trees. I got a beautiful picture of the sunset coming through the trees. It was absolutely breathtaking. Couldn't believe how beautiful it was. And my daughter's like, "That's gorgeous." And then I got one right over here, and oh my gosh, the sun was so yellow. You couldn't deny it was the sun, and it was beautiful. I'm gonna make videos here pretty soon of all my photographs because I like the natural element of it. I don't scratch anything out on those. May put a tag in there every now and then, but I like power lines. I like electricity. I love lightning storms. They're one of my favorites. I remember one time I was coming home and there was this storm brewing. It's right around this time of year, and the lightning was so thick. It was like wide like this, and it was just striking, boom, boom, all over. And I go and sit at a bus stop, and there was all these power lines above me. I felt like I was in the safest place in the world. I don't know. The ground was wet and all kinds of stuff, but I don't live by fear, so I live by my faith. And I learned this from I had a guy years back. I kept running into him, and I knew I was supposed to give him a message, but I didn't know him from Adam, and I was concerned about giving it to him. And Father puts us in a place together where no one would have known. That's exactly what he said. He goes, "What's my message?" So I told him what it was, and then about 5 years later, we ran into each other in another complex, and he started talking to me about a lot of stuff, uh, spiritual. And one day he comes and gets me. He goes, "Do you have a cigarette?" I said, "No, but one of my friends does. But he lives in that neighborhood back there, and we should wait, after this um, lightning storm." And he goes, "Nope, let's do it." And we did. We walked through it, and you could feel the heat of the lightning. It was me, my daughter, and him, and you can feel it. The, the heat. It was just right there. It was all over us. And as soon as we went to that person's house, and I gave him some cigarettes, and we walked back, there was no more storm. It was completely gone. And he explained to me what that storm was about. And from then on, I lived by my faith. There was a reason for it. So I got a lot of really good stories to tell. And the other day, my daughter and I were like reminiscing about some stuff. So I just want to get a couple things straightened out, and then I think we're going to start a podcast because we have a lot of really cool experiences. And I found out something too yesterday. Um, I was listening to church, and there was talk about what they were talking about was when you live by your faith, there's nothing impossible our Lord can do for you. And there's certain prayers and stuff that you can do also. But I mean, you'll never be without as long as you have Him first and you have your faith. Believe what you speak. You know, like all these people are like, oh, you manifest this, you manifest that. I don't manifest anything. God manifests this for me. He does the work. And I'm just, I do whatever He calls me to do. I go do it. Um, but miracles don't come by works. It comes by how your heart is. What's true in here. In and your faith, because that faith is more important. It's not about what you do. And it says it in the scriptures too. So if you're overworking yourself with volunteer work because you think you're doing the right thing, you're not. Especially if you're neglecting your family. Because it clearly states in the Bible that if you can't take care of your family first and you're taking care of everybody outside of you, then what's the point? You're not serving God's purpose. Because the family should always come first. Number one rule. As long as they're good to you anyway. But I just wanted to come on and share a couple things, and I hope the best for everyone, and God bless. Take care. Peace.